The Ashes of Love. Once, in a tranquil village nestled between emerald hills and silver streams, there lived an old man named Aarav, who was known far and wide for his wisdom and the simple life he led. Aarav had once been a passionate and fiery young man, but time had tamed his spirit, leaving behind a calm exterior that concealed the depth of his experiences. Many years ago, Aarav had fallen deeply in love with a woman named Saanvi. Their love was as fierce and consuming as a wildfire, igniting everything in its path. But like many things that burned too brightly, it could not last. The villagers still whispered of their love, how it had bloomed like the most beautiful flower but had withered in the harsh realities of life. Saanvi, driven by dreams that stretched beyond the village and promises of a better life elsewhere, had left one fateful morning, leaving Aarav heartbroken and alone. She never returned, and in time, the flames of their love turned to ashes in Aarav's heart. Years passed, and the village grew around Aarav, but he remained unchanged, like an ancient tree standing firm as the world moved on. The children of the village often came to him, seeking stories and advice. He told them tales of courage and honor, never once speaking of his own past or the love he had lost. Yet, even as he tried to bury the memories, the ashes of his love for Saanvi lingered in the corners of his heart. One day, a young woman named Meera arrived in the village. She was bright, full of energy, and reminded Aarav of Saanvi in her youth. Meera was curious about Aarav's past and would often visit him, eager to hear his stories. She noticed the sadness in his eyes, a sadness that even the most joyful tales could not erase. Despite his reluctance, Meera continued to visit, her presence slowly breaking down the walls Aarav had built around himself. As the months passed, Meera learned of Aarav's lost love through the whispers of the villagers. She began to understand the source of his sorrow and decided to help him find closure. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Meera approached Aarav with a plan. She suggested they gather the remnants of his memories with Saanvi and perform a ritual to let go of the past and the ashes of his love. Aarav, though hesitant, agreed. Together, they went to the river where Aarav had once spent countless hours with Saanvi. Meera helped him collect symbols of their love, a withered flower she had once given him, a small trinket they had found together, and a letter she had written to him long ago. These were all that remained of their once blazing love, now reduced to mere ashes. As they stood by the river, the wind gently rustling the leaves, Aarav felt a deep sense of sorrow but also a strange peace. Meera lit a small fire, and together, they burned the tokens of his past, watching as the flames consumed them. The ashes were carried away by the wind, scattered across the water, and finally disappeared from sight. Aarav felt a weight lift from his shoulders, the burden of a love that had long since died. Meera stood beside him, her eyes filled with understanding and compassion. In that moment, Aarav realized that love, even when it ends, leaves behind something precious, lessons learned, memories cherished, and the strength to move on. The ashes of love, once so painful, had finally been released, allowing Aarav to find peace in the present and hope for the future. And as the last light of the day faded, Aarav smiled, grateful for the journey that had brought him back to life.